What's up, everybody? Comics Remixed, episode 9.3. Wade Wilson, along with
David Sanchez.
We let him back on camera this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We had to punish him a little bit, but it's all
I'm
good.
gonna see it on Saturday. God.
So, real quick recap of the previous two episodes. I'll do the second one first since it was a longer one. It was a movie one. Talked about how great Avengers was. A bunch of spoilers in it. Go watch it if you didn't. John Romita Jr. doing a charity thing, trying to break his world record for personal signatures and sketches in one continuous sitting.
Art for a cause.
For his raising money for his niece's medical bills. So you can go to, what was it? heroesforjordan.org for more info. 20th Century Fox planning on relaunching Daredevil. David James Kelly's rewriting it. David Slade to direct.
He-Man.
DC's relaunching He-Man 6-issue miniseries, written by James Robinson, art by Philip Tan. I feel like Patty and Selma.
Yeah. We said what we had to say and what needed to be said.
Yeah. So today or tomorrow's Free Comic Book Day. Depending when you watch this, might have been Saturday was Free Comic Book Day. So hopefully you got everything you needed or wanted, I should say. If not, tough luck. Try again next year. Try eBay.
You know, some of my earliest memories of Free Comic Book Day, like I remember it wasn't really like great picks.
No,
They weren't.
they
It
were
was like,
experimenting with it still.
yeah,
you
it
know?
was scrappy stuff. It was
Yeah.
like whatever. Now you're getting more of like previews.
Yeah,
Like here's
little tie-ins and stuff
Yeah.
that you need. You know,
Yeah, or if not,
collectors go
they're just
over.
they're like little treats. You know,
Yeah.
it's like here's a Peanuts comic. You know, for you collectors. Out
What they need to do is clarify Free Comic Book Day, exactly what it is, because a lot of people who don't know come in off the streets. Free Comic Book Day, oh, I can grab a free comic off the rack, which you can't really get mad at that because
Yeah.
what else?
It's
what's
very
one
it's
to
very
assume?
vague. It's
Yeah.
vague.
Yeah, you know, but whatever.
I still think the best free comic that I've ever had wasn't even during Free Comic Book Day. It was in elementary school when we got the Captain America Don't Do Drugs.
Dude, I got that.
Dude,
one.
I
got
got
two
that.
of
I got
them.
I got 2 or 3 of
I got
those. Nobody
the
else wanted
school
them.
version, and then I got the one from Adventure.
Oh
where it
yeah,
had
the
the
Venture
The
one. Yeah.
Gitano clothing line logo.
Yeah.
I got that one. I still
Yeah,
got it.
that's still the
It was
best.
CGC that bitch.
Purposely free promotional comic I've ever gotten. That's
Yeah.
still like the best because it's just like corny at its maximum. You know,
It's Captain America telling you not to do drugs.
yeah, it's like back in the day if you watch like those old school marijuana videos, like don't do marijuana, but like for
I
our
learned it
age,
from watching you.
but like for like it was perfect like for our age.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's like the G.I. Joe tie-in at the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
I learned not to keep the refrigerator open if you don't know what you're getting. I learned that from Ninja Turtles.
there you go. Yeah.
And don't leave the faucet running when you brush your
Being
teeth.
green before being green was hip.
That's right. Quick plug. Comics Remix business cards.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of them. We were supposed to get them during the con, but
Once
yeah.
again, David failed.
Yeah,
It's alright. It's alright. We still love you.
yeah.
Alright, 9-3, you know what it is. Review. You want to start?
No, because I hate AvX. I don't want to read it. I'm not gonna review it anymore.
There we go.
It's dumb.
You might as well get into it now.
It's dumb. Okay, I mean, you get your cover does say it all, and they actually do fight. Captain and Wolverine do fight. It's pretty cool.
I like how you open it to explain and it goes straight to an ad.
Yeah, I mean, because that's about it. You're still 3 issues into it. The other Battle comic book didn't come out this week, right?
No, that one
No.
I think is a monthly, not a bi-weekly.
And
Avengers AvX Versus.
this book is another reason why I wish that they were coming out at the same time. Because other than that second half,
There's a bug in that bitch.
it's crazy. Yeah, it's in your packaging. Yeah, gotta talk to your distributor about that.
Damn you, Diamond.
Up until like the second half is where the actual Captain America Wolverine fight happens. Before that is very bland. Really, there's no fighting in this, and it just kind of pops up on this scene where the spoiler: the X-Men are the Avengers' prisoners. So kind of like it tells you like this first skirmish. I'm saying the first skirmish because there's only like 3 issues into this. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more reasons for them to fight. Which, right here, it kind of does open up how they're gonna fight again. Turns out that they're not actually prisoners. They tricked them. Like, hey, we're not really here.
It was Emma Frost and her mind manipulation.
Zap, which the freaking Avengers couldn't figure out.
I had to reread that panel like 2 or 3 times. I didn't get it. Like, where is it? This next page. No.
Oh, it's toward the end. It's actually the ending where they disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because the Doctor Strange looks over at Scott like, oh, I think
Yeah.
He knows. Yeah. It's over here toward the end.
I didn't like Cap. Looked like a bully.
Yeah.
You know. He's like, Logan, what's up, man? Hey, let me show you. Boom, and it just knocks Wolverine. You know.
He flushes him out the airlock, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's at the end of the fight. That's kind of how they finish the fight. You know.
That's cold.
Other than that, I figured Wolverine was gonna pick the. He didn't actually pick this side of the X-Men. He's more so just chasing after Hope. And it's
Yeah,
like,
he's
hey,
just
you know,
like he's doing it for the benefit of mankind, pretty much.
Yeah,
he's
but
not taking a side.
that's just it. It's like why couldn't they just? Damn it! Why can't they just properly write Cyclops?
Kill
He's
him.
technically the girl's father, or even Cable.
Cable's
Yeah, Cable's like more
Cyclops
like the
technically
father.
their grandfather.
Yeah, it's like
Granddad,
why couldn't
don't spank me, no
them being direct family members step up and chase after them? Why that would have been a lot more dramatic. You know, instead they kind of go for the safety. It's like, okay, Wolverine. You know, people will be more attracted to Wolverine, so he's the safety. Let him chase after Hope, and they're gonna be like, oh, looking at you reminds me of Jean Grey. I love you. I know you're 13 years old, but let's get it on anyway. which I'll be like, whoa, I'm fucking buying 3 copies of this book.
There's a reason there's an
Not
X.
that he likes kitty porn or nothing, but
Yeah.
There's a
And
reason
then,
there's an X on this cover.
Other than that, we're seeing a lot. The illustrations are getting better. This is actually a better scene of Wolverine being burned up as opposed to from the earlier issue when he was on fire, yet his costume was almost perfectly intact.
unstable molecule.
Yeah,
Super
whatever.
spandex.
I guess they could explain it. Well, Reed Richards designed their costumes or some shit like that. But I'm really just tired of this book.
That was quick.
Yeah, I don't think it's just not an attractive series. Isn't the series itself is just not that attractive.
I think
And-
the whole thing, everybody just wants to see what the payoff is, what Phoenix is gonna do.
Well, another thing that could be hurting it is Marvel's experimentation with this non-continuity thing. So it makes it seem less epic.
Okay.
It takes away from it. Which, okay, I'll give you, like, when Dark Phoenix happened, that in itself was also kind of, like, in close. It was just, like, an X-Men thing. But it kind of involved a lot of the books, a lot of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And this...
The Avengers are the ones that found Jean Grey's cocoon at the bottom of the lake.
And, like, this is very just kind of, like, closed off. And that really does... It just does take away a lot from it.
So thumbs up or thumbs down? Avenger AvX number 3.
Thumbs down. I mean, I really do wish that the dual issues, what are they calling them? Where they fight? What are they
AvX versus.
the versus issues. I wish they came. If they're gonna do something like this, where this issue is gonna be mostly dialogue heavy, then they should have the other issue come up next to it. Like, here's where you get your boner watching these guys fight. Okay.
Hence the X again.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm kind of playing it by new standards. Every book I'm reviewing, straight number 1.
I see we both have.
Yes, we both have each cover.
We
also.
got each cover.
The new Exo Manowar from
Yeah.
Valiant. Valiant's, for those of you that don't know, there was a company that came out in the 90s, took advantage of the huge variant craze, and went to hell in the 90s with everything else that was overprinted.
Yep.
And you can find all the old Valiants in like quarter boxes, even less than that. You could find them, 10 for like $1.
If you really want to know who Exo Manowar is, I'm pretty sure
It's not the William Shatner version.
you could get like the whole series for like $20.
Pretty much. You know what? No, that's a lie, because actually I don't even have them. The very early, like the first 7 issues, and then like the last maybe 5 issues are the ones, you know, low print runs and all that shit.
Okay.
But I thought this was interesting. Because I was not a big fan of the old school Exo Manowar when it came out. I was still a kid. I had no idea about the origin, nothing. I mean, it looks like Metroid mixed with Halo. You see alien stuff, but when you read the book, there's nothing like that. It's the Romans versus, it's like Viking Age almost.
Yeah,
like,
Dark Ages.
The Dark
Like-
Ages. And they get the aliens that come visit. And it's not the Romans. What's the name of these
I
guys?
think you got
The Visigoths.
The Visigoths versus the Romans.
Right, the
Yeah.
Visigoths versus the Romans. And the Romans invade, take the Visigoths' family and women. So when they go to retaliate against the Romans, they find a spaceship. And they actually think it's the Romans. So they go and they end up getting captured just to find out. And they're observing these aliens, and they see that the Exo Manowar suit is an orb that they're trying to bestow upon their greatest warrior. But the suit has to accept that warrior. It has to be the worthy one. It was really crazy. Like,
so you kind of led into what I was gonna say about the book and about the suit itself. I think that's where it just went into. If you're a sci-fi nerd, that's where it just went straight into the Guyver movie. You ever saw Guyver? It's a pretty cheesy, pretty campy like action guy. Actually, there's animes. There are mangas about him. He does have like his very underground following, but he's a guy, normal guy. Like imagine Bruce Banner, but not smart at all. He has an orb, shoves it in his head, and he gets like this suit.
my name is Bruce
Which is actually very similar to this, where it's like it wraps around his muscle tone and stuff like that. It's like the guy from Valiant, just like he got kicked out of his apartment and he went to stay at his mom's house. He was looked through his VHS collection and it's like, whoa man, I haven't seen the Guyver in a while. I'll order a pizza and watch the Guyver. It's like, fuck,
so Valiant's
why
not
isn't
coming
this-
back with the relaunch of their company. And Exo Manowar is the first title, and then you've got Harbinger in June, Bloodshot in July, and Archer Armstrong in August. This is the basic cover to Exo Manowar #1. David's holding the Carry Nord pull box variant. But I thought it was pretty good, you know. I'm on board. I want to see where it goes. I'm a fan of the whole Dark Ages stuff, you know.
Now, one thing I have to say is, like myself too, I didn't really get into Valiant in those days. I think I was into Image.
Yeah,
when
you were
Valiant was
heavy
out.
into
I was
Image.
very Image heavy, and just thinking about that
You
makes
were
me.
like on Rob Liefeld's like, man.
Yeah,
you were
I
all
actually
up his
I
ass,
love
man.
Rob Liefeld, Jim Lee. I was all about like.
It's
could
like,
tell
I love
you-
Cable.
Yeah.
Done this big ass shoulders.
So when
That's
you think
great
about,
artwork.
When you think about Bloodshot,
Love it.
We started on Liefeld's Captain America.
I tried to like that. Actually, that's when I started realizing we're like, man, this guy.
Sucks.
If it's not like an army, like an army style book, he really can't write a book.
Liefeld.
Because I mean, yeah, it's Captain America, but
How
it's
do we
Captain America by
always
himself.
get into Liefeld?
I don't know,
dude?
man.
How does he come up damn near every episode?
This one was you this time. This one was you this time.
Well, no, because you started it. You said you were the Image thing. You brought that up.
Yeah, but then you went straight for Rob Liefeld. There was other people in the Image 7. Anyways,
And that's a woman.
my point is there really room for Valiant?
I think in the times that we are now, with more the independent books coming up a little bit more, you have Dynamite Entertainment, IDW, you know, Image now. Image is the third biggest. You know, they're a big powerhouse now,
Yeah.
heavily to Walking Dead. But I mean, yeah, I think there's room for Valiant. Now, can Valiant stay? Does Valiant have the staying power though?
Cause I remember when Bloodshot first came out and like what it did in that day. Like, whoa, did you read that? Like with the kind of violence and the storytelling, like that mixture. Well, that's kind of stuff that people are already doing. So is there really a spot for it at this point? I don't know. I don't know how long this is gonna last. Exo Manowar seemed pretty cool. Am I interested in reading Bloodshot? Probably not.
You don't read any of them.
I read this one when I got here.
You skim through it.
No, I read through it.
Did you?
Yeah. That was
Well,
really good.
I'm gonna go ahead and give EXO thumbs up.
Yeah, I give it a thumbs up too.
All right. DC's relaunched. Okay, first of all, I've gotta put this out there. How long is something gonna remain new? DC is in the 9th month now with the New 52 stuff, and yet all the DC books still say the New 52. How long is it new?
I think.
Does it have to go the full year first?
Yeah, so
12 issues, and after that they take that tagline off.
I
Well,
hope before
DC
that,
learned their lesson sales wise immediately and canceled 8 titles, something like that. With the 8th issue, so instead of issue 9, the titles that got replaced came out with new number 1s. 3 of them being World's Finest, starring Huntress and Power Girl. You don't necessarily have to read Earth 2 to know what's going on, but Huntress and Power Girl are from the actual Earth 2 universe. Well, I'm just gonna go out and say it, man. DC's fucking up.
what happened?
DC's fucking up.
Well,
You relaunch an entire company, okay?
Yeah.
I thought
Or
what
not a
happened?
company. Well, yeah, a company. Okay, we want to streamline the universe, bring in new readers. I remember listening to the San Diego Comic-Con DC podcast where everybody was asking, where's Wally West? Why isn't he Flash? We only want to stick with Barry Allen. This is Barry's tale. We don't want to confuse the fans with multiple versions of a different character. Let's bring in a whole other universe.
That will confuse everybody.
And it's not
'Cause-
like you gave it enough time, dude.
Yeah.
It's only been 9 months. Let's introduce the multiverse. Here's Earth 2 versions.
Because Crisis sold really well.
Technically, Power Girl has been part of the New 52 universe, though. She was in the Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, they kept her.
Yeah, they kept her.
Yeah. But that was part of the whole thing, like who's gonna stay and who's not gonna stay.
Now, World's Finest takes place in the current DC universe. Doesn't have the only thing it has to do with Earth 2 is that the 2 characters are from the second Earth. They know they're from the alternate Earth, and they know they're on another world. Their whole thing is they've been living here for 5 years now, and they want to get back to their original Earth. The Earth 2 book itself focuses just on that, and actually it's one of those things like the Batman #7 / Nightwing #7 where the panels
Cross panel.
yeah cross paneling where they show in Earth 2 how Power Girl and Huntress end up coming to this universe, and the same thing is here. That was like the first half of the Earth 2, and the second half was introducing Alan Scott as the Green Lantern and Jay Garrick as the Flash. It's just like I don't see a need for it. Your Flash title sucks alone. Let's introduce another one that nobody gives a shit about. And they've got Alan Scott, this big arrogant bastard. He's like, oh, I'm on TV, people love me. I could see myself liking World's Finest before I like Earth 2. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to give them both the Zangief. I can't give them thumbs up, thumbs down. They both get the Zangiefs.
I just thought that they were going to be done with multiverses for a long time.
It's a slap. It's a slap. But
It is. It kind of defeats the purpose of the entire relaunch.
Yeah.
It does.
I gotta say, I'm not on camera, but it's a slap that they totally washed all of DC history.
Not all of it. They didn't delete the Batman history, and Green Lantern pretty much went untouched.
But that makes no sense. If you're gonna wipe history, wipe history. But we're just gonna wipe the parts we don't like.
Yeah.
But this we're gonna keep.
Pretty much. And the other one, I'm gonna tell you straight up. The other comic that came out was GI Combat. I have no interest in it. I didn't even bother reading it, not even for the sake of a review. I'm sorry, I just no interest. But I did read Dial H. Thumbs down.
What was it about?
The guy, this fat, overweight guy, has a buddy that gets beat up in an alley. He decides to go help him out. They start whooping his ass because he's out of shape. He goes into the payphone. He dials Hero by accident, just trying to call for help. And he turns into this big smoke monster who the dialogue makes no sense. I had no idea what I was reading. Because there's times where he was rhyming and then he was just saying, smoke, 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 choke, choke. I was just like, wait, what? I didn't get it. The cover's classic. Brian Bolin, the guy who did Killing Joke, did the art on this cover here. But there's just something about it, This book, it's going to be an anthology book. It's going to have recurring stories or whatnot. But I don't know, there's just something about it I didn't like. it was the pace jumped around a lot. You know, the story jumped around. It lost me a lot. China Meville is the one that's writing it. I don't know. This is a person I've never heard of. I'm gonna have to give Dial H a thumbs down.
So no go on the first shot.
No go. I will. I did pick it up. I will read issue 2. I'll continue. Hopefully, it'll get my. You know, like I'll really get into it. It's just this first issue, just the way they wrote the guy, just lost me. It really did. And so.
So they try to write him like a Roadblock from G.I. Joe mixed with the bad guy from Princess and the Frog.
See, because I was confused here. Like, I didn't know, because they have the caption boxes, and I didn't know if it was him or if it was the human form of him. It's like anyone there could have taken, gotta call someone, you know? And like he's talking in this, boy, well, who knows why the fuck he said that, but brick up this brickway, my lad, can't scratch my itch with even so I get the the crust.
I see.
And I'm just like,
because in the boxes, that probably is the guy, kind of like lost in some voice, still trying to make the phone call. But then you got the monster speaking like in his own different beat, so it kind of throws things off.
yeah, I was just like, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't get it. Dial H, number 1.
So his name's Boy Chimney, because that's not racist.
No, that's not.
I want to see who wrote this letter. Like, you know, you racist motherfucker.
Pretty much. Well, he's black, he's white. Pretty much that does it for the reviews. There was one other thing. Avengers! Fucking awesome, go watch it.
I want to watch
Actually, that should have been pointed to you.
Oh, well, I'm going to watch it tomorrow.
Alright, next episode. If David hasn't watched Avengers, people, write them.
Well, what should happen?
Write them and
if I
bitch
don't
them
watch
out.
it by next week.
Post those responses on Facebook. If David does not watch Avengers by next time we post, whenever we do episode 10, post what punishment David should get.
We take away his geek card, man.
No, I'm serious.
You're out.
Think of it as an equivalent to like putting him in a dunk tank or something, but obviously nothing that big because Lord knows we can't get a dunk tank.
Yeah.
If anything, like a cup of water in his face. But yeah, melting. No, that'd be pretty cool. So now you know he
gets to sit through
it.
the Howard the Duck and like one of the worst comic book movies of all time. He's got to sit through a marathon of them.
Electra and Catwoman on repeat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of bad.
And then in between, you gotta watch Comic Book Man.
Man, I really didn't like that show. That's a dumb show.
It was like 2 episodes and nothing. What happened?
That's dumb.
It premiered after Walking Dead. I watched like 3 episodes and I'm like,
There's only 6 for the season. It's like, really?
I was like, really? Yeah.
I'll get into that in another episode. But
hey, why did Metallica make a Monopoly edition? That's stupid. Let's talk about selling out. Let's review that.
Why did they make a Rock Band edition? A video game.
Yeah, but I can see that.
Cha-ching.
That's more music related.
so, really quick.
That note.
Yeah, really quick. Thank you, Dreamland Comics, letting us film here as usual. Come get your stuff. Every graphic novel, Marvel, DC, Image, and Dark Horse, 25% off every day. Sign up for a subscription in the store or online, dreamlandcomics.com. Thank you to the fine people at C2E2 who let us go in as press, run around like little fanboys and get some cool-ass interviews. Next up, Wizard World. Stan the Man.
Yeah.
Coming for you, you old lackey.
There.
Alright, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Hi, Paul. Sorry you couldn't be here today. It's alright, we'll get you next time.
There you go. Thank you, Scott, for being here.
Thank you, Scott, for being here. Special guest, Scott.
My pleasure.
He was on 9-2 with me discussing the Avengers because he saw it. I just want to be like, knock him out of his chair. Well, my luck, he just, what the hell are you doing? You know? All right, everybody. Wade Wilson.
David Sanchez.
See you guys next week. Peace.
Have a good night.